Don't lose your sleep over someone that walked out of your life, because you are so special and you deserve to be treated right. Don't brood over them because they have no real value for you. In this video, I will be sharing some advice on how you can quickly get over your ex. I'm inviting you to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Stay tuned. Building a strong, lasting relationship takes a lot of work. You invest your time, your energy, your resources, your emotions, and everything into it. And then all of a sudden, you watch it crumbling down. It can be so terrible, and it is the worst thing that can happen to anybody. It's not funny at all. And that is why sometimes it's so difficult to accept. It's so difficult to process all of these things. And a lot of the time, some people basically fall apart. But here is the thing. They walked out of your life because of their emotional immaturity. They walked out of your life because they are emotionally insecure. And they walked out of your life because they have no real value for you. So you must understand all these things, and you have to know that it is not all about you, but it's all about them, all about their attitudes, their behaviors, their perceptions, and the way they have processed everything that has transpired in your relationship. So don't take it so personal. It's not your fault. It's not about you, but about them. But there are some persons who have walked out of a relationship because of all the things they have suffered. A lot of abuses, both physical abuse, verbal abuse, all sorts. They have endured years of hoping in that relationship. They have continued to hope, to pray, to do all sorts of things without any change in their partners. They eventually braced up to break out of that way. They eventually braced up to sever themselves out of such terrible relationships. If you are one of them, congratulations. Let me tell you this. Everyone deserves to be treated with love and respect. So if you walked out of that terrible relationship because of all the torture and all the hurt and trauma you have gone through, congratulations. Take my hands. Yes, I'm congratulating you because that was a very bold step. That is the best decision you have ever taken. And I want you to always remember why you left. Always remember your whys, so that anytime you are hurting, by the time you remember the torture and the pain you went through in the hands of the man or of the woman, you will be able to heal and comfort yourself. But you know what? After years of a breakup, there are still people who still struggle and are still in so much pain. Now here's the reason. When you are in a relationship and your heart is involved, it's not so easy to forget the other person. And sometimes after the breakup, the person takes a piece of you with them. Sometimes a piece of you remains with them for a lifetime. But with determined efforts, you can learn how to live without them and completely let go. For you to achieve this, I'm going to share 5 advice. 1, they don't deserve you. If they left you without even making efforts or trying to resolve the issues that you both had in that marriage, or in that relationship, they don't deserve you at all. Know that you are a wonderful person. The Holy Book says we are wonderfully and beautifully made by our God. So, my dear, don't allow anyone to rubbish you. Don't allow anyone to make you lose your self-esteem and to reduce your worth. There are a lot of people who have become a shadow of themselves because of a breakup. They have not been able to pick themselves together. Don't be like them, my dear friend. Raise up and accept the fact that they have left for your good. The Bible says everything works together for good to them that love God. Take it that it's going to be for your good eventually. Try and see something good inside something that is apparently very bad. And hold your head high. Please brace up today. The second advice is allow yourself to feel the emotions from the separation. Feel it inside of you and let it flow. Don't try to be macho and try to be strong. Become vulnerable to yourself. Go behind closed doors and just be vulnerable. Allow the emotions to flow out of you. Allow all the pent up feelings, all your brokenness, all your pains. Just allow it flow. Cry if you must and release it. Release it and let it go. Don't stifle it. It will help you because it will continue to build up inside of you and break you on the inside. Sit down and tell yourself, after crying it out, after releasing all the emotions, tell yourself that it is all over. Tell yourself that you are never going back to that abusive, terrible relationship. That way, you will get a kind of release. You get relieved. You really get relieved. I encourage you today, if you are yet to do that, just try it. It's going to help you to release the pains. And the third advice that I have for you today is, it is not your fault. How is it your fault anyway? I mean, how is it your fault? Don't start blaming yourself. A lot of people, they do this a lot. They keep saying words like, oh God, if I had just done this, he wouldn't have left. He complained of this and that. Probably if I have just adjusted and readjusted, probably it would have been better for me. Oh my God, he complained that I have to lose weight. If probably I had just lost some weight. You know, you go on and on and on, trying to take the blame for their actions. Sweetheart, don't do that. In fact, let me tell you the story of a woman. She loved living the life, going on vacation, driving flashy cars. She had a fiancé that was doing well, but the fiancé could not measure up to all her excesses. And so she left him for a richer guy. And so at the end, this guy became so dejected. He was devastated because he really loved this girl. She's, high class, polished girl. So he was so devastated. He kept on blaming himself day and night for not being able to measure up to meet her needs. He was telling himself, if only I had done this or I have done that, I would have been able to have enough money to meet up to her needs. And it was like a joke. Before long, he broke down emotionally and became depressed. Please, don't let this happen to you. Don't take the blame for someone else's greed. Don't fuel their passion. Don't be a victim. If this person is not satisfied and does not want to accept you the way you are, it's not your fault. You cannot stretch beyond your elastic limit. So don't try to adjust and keep stretching out for some other person to fuel their passions. So it is not your fault. It is perfectly okay if they decide to leave because you are unable to meet up with their incessant demands. Please, don't take the blame for their actions. The fourth advice that I have for you is for you to avoid the past. It's so easy to get stuck on the past events, all the things that played out between the both of you. Each day you are alone, it's so easy to remember them. Keep reminding yourself of all the romantic escapades, of all the trips you went together, of all the things you did together, and you keep remembering all that. And by the time you spend hours going down memory lane, you then break down crying and crying, and the well of tears opens like an ocean, and the pains all over again. You will see that going down memory lane will not help you. It will not do you any good at all. It will create a terrible memory in your heart, open an ocean that begins to flow out uncontrollably. And I assure you, you don't want that to happen. Because when that starts, you start longing for them all over again. You then pick up your phone and you become so tempted to either text them or call them. And you begin to hurt yourself all over again. So, my friend, I encourage you to avoid thinking about the past because it's going to hurt you. You have to resist the urge to reconnect with the one that have hurt you so badly. Because if this person wants you back, he will come back to you, especially when he or she recognizes your value and your importance in their lives. If they left, they will recognize that they have made a very big mistake and come back to you, not the other way round. Because a lot of the time it won't work. By the time you make efforts at reconciliation and it doesn't work, you're going to hurt yourself all over again. There's this quote: if you love something, set it free. And if it comes back to you, it is yours. So, set them free from your heart. Release them. Let them go. Don't force it. Don't beg. Just try, no matter how hard it seems, to let them go. Trying to force yourself on someone can be very bad because it may not work. The person can begin to see you as trash and you wouldn't like that. So you will just make things worse by going to bug them over and over again. So avoid the temptation of trying to reconnect with them, especially if they are the one that left you. Make a conscious effort to erase all those memories from your mind. Because when you begin to think about them, that is when you are tempted to either text them or call them. So apply the brakes and look for something else that will distract your mind whenever their thought comes into your mind. It's not going to be easy. I can assure you it's such a very difficult phase. I'm so sorry. It's hard, but you can do it. You sure can. Do it. Try to keep a check on your thoughts and all the things that you think about. Don't remember your past experiences together. Try, no matter how hard, to forget. One day at a time. A little chunk at a time. And by the time you continuously try to block that memory, every day you give another shot at it. Before long, you will completely stop thinking about them. The fifth advice that I have is for you to become resilient. Sometimes it takes the strong to conquer the weak. You have to become strong on the inside, both physically, emotionally, and mentally. In fact, I'm going to share a story with you about a man who was married to a woman but started dating his secretary at his place of work. He got so involved that his value for his wife diminished. I know some of you out there have had this experience that I'm talking about. This man lost respect for his wife. He will come back home, yell at her, nag her. He stopped being the loving and the caring husband that he used to be. All because of his illicit affair. The wife at the time was in so much misery. She was heartbroken. She was being abused every single day by her husband. She would cry and cry and cry each and every day. One day, this man came back, and guess what? He told her he's done with the marriage, that he needed a divorce. Oh my goodness, this was the worst ever. She couldn't understand where her problem started from. This was a man that was so loving, that was so romantic, that was everything to her. They had a great life together. All of a sudden, her world is crashing. I mean, she couldn't just believe it. She was at the verge of committing suicide. She decided to confide in a friend. This her friend was experienced in issues like that. Her friend sat her down and spent hours talking to her, talking how she can control what she thinks and how she feels, telling her a lot of things about how she can be in control all over again. She helped in transforming her mental capacities to see things in a different way. After she was done, the psychotherapist, who was her friend as well, advised her to believe that everything will be okay. Encouraged her to be positive, that no matter what the husband has decided to do, that she should maintain a positive attitude irrespective of the divorce. And so she started. It wasn't easy for her to stay positive in the face of all the chaos around her. It was not easy, but each day she kept on building her inner thoughts. She kept on building her inner strengths with positivity, with positive words and positive emotions. She didn't give up on herself. She told herself that she's going to be fine if the man leaves her or stays with her, irrespective of his actions, that she's going to be okay. So she kept on building on her mental capacity each and every day. It wasn't easy. There were times she would cry. There were times she would wash her eyes, pick herself up, and continue, believing and trusting. It wasn't an easy journey, but she was determined to fight for herself. She was determined not to fall apart. She became so emotionally strong that even when the husband eventually left her to marry his secretary, she was stable and okay. So after the divorce, she decided to go back to the university to pick up a master's degree. She finished and completed the degree, got a job, and was doing so well for herself. She bounced back again, took time to take care of herself, her health, and everything. And she kept on going, and she was okay. But guess what? 5 years later, her husband came looking for her and was pleading that she should please forgive him, that he was very wrong. He made a terrible mistake and wanted her back into his life. He confessed to her that he has been miserable, that his life has never been the same. And so she decided to forgive and took him back. And today, oh goodness, today they are happily married with 3 lovely children. They are having a ball. So what am I saying? When you become resilient and when you build your emotional strength, even though things are falling apart around you, you are unperturbed. Even though there's so much chaos around you and everything seems to be falling apart, but your mental strength and capacity is intact. You become like a rock and unshakable. You will be able to withstand whatever thing that life throws at you. So this story is an encouragement for you today. Do not allow any breakup, separation, or divorce to make you fall apart and become a complete wreck. There are people who have suffered so terrible a breakup that they become a shadow of themselves. They find it hard to move forward. They find it hard to pick up themselves. They find it hard to let go and to love again. So try to be resilient. Develop your inner capacity. That was what put this woman through the difficult days. She didn't fall apart. She was able to build her mind. We all have that power to stay strong and to stand strong and to build your inner strength. It's just only a decision. Decide today to be strong for yourself, to be strong for your children, to be strong for your parents and for your loved ones. Because if you die tomorrow, they will be the losers, not the person that broke up with you. So my dear friend, stay positive and believe truly within you that everything is going to be all right. For this too shall pass. And the last advice that I have for you today is for you to invest in yourself. You can practice self-love. Invest in yourself. Pamper yourself and give yourself a good treat. It's very possible. Now that somebody left you because of A, B, C, or whatever reason, oh, no problem. Let it be their own headache, not yours. Set them free and build yourself up. Don't remain stagnant. Become a better you. Let this thing that just happened to you become a learning point for you. So try and become better in whatever skills that you have. Invest in improving your skills. Invest in your health. Live a healthy lifestyle. Pick up a new career or anything that makes you happy. Or try out new things, be it a business endeavor or whatever that makes you happy. Just like the story of this woman that I shared with you, she became even more successful when the husband left her for another woman. She invested in herself. And of course, this man came back crawling and begging. Although investing in yourself does not necessarily mean that the person that left you will become more attracted to you or will come back running to you. You know, it's not because of that, but for yourself. You know, you deserve the best for yourself. So by the time you begin to nurture your inner strength, to invest in your health, in your career, in your skills and all that, you become a better person. And let me tell you, you're likely going to attract the right person into your life. You become more attractive. You become more packaged for the better person to find you. So try not to remain stagnant. I assure you, you'll be happier. You'll feel more accomplished, more fulfilled, and more confident by the time you invest in yourself today. The best time to start any great thing is now. Why not get started today and be the best version of yourself? If you have been inspired by this video, I want you to share this video to a lot of people to inspire them and to transform their lives. Also, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? What is your reason for watching this video and you are yet to subscribe? In fact, share it with me in the comment section below. I want to really know why you are watching me and you have not yet subscribed. Now, if you like this video, I just appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Share your experiences with me. I hope to bring you more interesting videos. You will love them. Until I see you next time, remain in peace.